Sugarcane harvest is rolling across the 9,000 acres of A. Wilbert Sons land. The dry weather has helped move things along quickly this year. This Doppler radar, though, isn't for the weather. It's here in the cane fields to help track birds, according to the Nature Conservancy's Director of Science, Brian Piazza.
There are a lot of partnership opportunities between conservation and agriculture. This is a great one because it's providing us critical scientific information on the importance of that large block of habitat in the Atchafalaya Basin to migrating birds, something that we've known for a long time, but we haven't really been effectively able to measure. And this project is providing us some of the first quantifiable data on how important that system is for migrating birds.
According to Piazza, the program began last year in the Atchafalaya Basin. However, he says the cane fields are better for the Doppler radar than the swamp.
Last year, we had this along the levee in the Atchafalaya Basin, but what we found was that the tree height, as this thing shoots a beam, it shoots at different angles up in the sky. And what we found was that those trees, even trees that were far off in the distance, were impeding the ability of this radar to see for long distances at certain angles. So we brought it here to the sugarcane farm because this thing can see all the way across the Atchafalaya Basin from here, and we're probably about 7 miles from the levee right here.
The migrating birds appear just like weather does, but those little blue dots are flocks of birds headed south.
We're actually seeing evidence of migrating birds. We can actually see them as clouds of color that move across the basin from a north to south direction, which is the direction that the birds are migrating this time of year. And we can see those as clouds, and all of those clouds that we see are getting transferred into you know, how much bird migration is going on, potentially sort of what size the birds are, and how big these flocks are.
Piazza is working with Marcus Rutherford, a forester for A. Wilbert Sons. They're tracking the birds in real time with an app on Marcus's phone. Rutherford says agriculture and conservation efforts like this one are a natural fit.
They share a lot of values with us as a landowner. They're focused on conservation, sustainability of the resources. They're also a great resource for research. Only the largest companies can afford their own dedicated research teams. And we're a very small company, so relying on these kind of groups, these kind of organizations to provide research and data-driven results is really critical for us.
Rutherford says conservation efforts are as important to rural residents as they are in the rest of the country as they live on the land every day.
It's a balance of economic and ecological factors oftentimes when you're dealing with forestry and agriculture. And we do our best as stewards of the land to maintain that balance for the integrity of the future.
Now, if you'd like to track what the program is doing and see those birds migrating in real time on radar, you can download the app for free. We'll link it over to you on our website at twilatv.org. And Avery, I know what a tech geek you are, so you can actually get some of the technical details. I talked with Brian Piazza in a separate little segment that our social media coordinator, Allie Shipley, has put on our social media and our website. And it goes into all the details about what that Doppler can do and where it's been all over the world. And it tracks storms. It's been to Peru, all kinds of stuff.
Wait a second. You throw that word geek at me. You were in here when you found out about the story. You came into the office and were like, I got to do this. You all geeked out about it. What was it like being out there?
Well, you can really see that in those sugarcane fields, they have those wide open spaces. The trees, of course, of the Atchafalaya Swamp block that, and we talk about that in the package. But the being able to see that space and then know that it's operating and then getting the data from it in real time on our phones is just amazing. I mean, it's amazing what it's doing. And it's beaming stuff out to the University of Delaware and to Washington, D.C. It's got a Wi-Fi in it that's sending that information that it's getting from the radar in real time. So it was just amazing to witness.
Fun story. Thank you very much, Neil Melancon.